Hello, hello, grade 8s, and welcome. Today we're going to start by looking at area. All right, we're going to look at the area of a square, a rectangle, and a triangle. Just quickly to recap on the formula, the area of a square is side times side. Area of a rectangle, length times breadth. And then the area of a triangle. It's base times height divided by 2, or you can use half times base times height. Just quickly have a look at the triangles, the different types of triangles that you get, and where the base and the height sits on that triangle. So if you have a 90-degree triangle over there, your base would be there, and your height always meets your base at a 90-degree angle. So the height is always perpendicular to the base. Same with this triangle, your base would be over there. Then your height always meets your base at a 90-degree angle, or it is perpendicular to your base. So your height would be over there with a 90-degree, and there's your height. And then your last triangle, an obtuse triangle, your base would be over there, and please note that your height will not always lie inside your triangle, that sometimes your height lies on the outside of your triangle, and over there is your height with that type of triangle. Right, let's just quickly have a look at the shape. Example 1, they say to calculate the area of the following shape. When you look at that, we do not have a name for that shape, but we know it's made up out of 2 rectangles. So it's made up out of a shape that we do know the formula of. So you always need to break that up into the shapes that you know the formula of to work out the area. First things first is to find the sides that was unknown to us. So 10 minus 6 will give you that 4, and 5 minus 3 will give you that 2. You can break your triangle apart by placing a vertical line down there, creating rectangle A and rectangle B. And with that, you break them apart, work out separately the area for triangle A, which I got as 30 centimeters squared, separate to B. B, I got 12 centimeters squared, length times breadth. Please just make sure that you work with the correct length and the correct breadth. So when you work out A, you cannot say 10 times 5, because then you will work out that whole rectangle, the big one, including that gap that's there. Okay, so it's 6 times 5 for A and 4 times 3 for B, and together that gives you 42. So you add your answers back together to give you 42 centimeters squared. You could have also divided your 2 rectangles like this, that you've got A at the bottom and B at the top. Then you will see it gives you exactly the same answer as in the previous slide. So if you have to work out A, you would say 6 times 2 gives you 12. And if you had to work out B, it would give you, you will say 10 times 3, which gives you 30. 30 plus 12 also gives you 42 centimeters squared. Please remember your units. Centimeters squared is very, very important. It shows, or it indicates, that you've calculated the area. Okay, now this example is very, very important. Please just take this few minutes, look carefully, because it will be beneficial to you as you carry on, always looking to find the height of a triangle. Okay, so if you look at this, you say, okay, very easy. This shape is made out of a rectangle and a triangle on top. So you can cut it into 2 like that. And A is easy to find because it's length times breadth, which is 6 times 3, which is 18 meters squared. Ka-ching! Put it aside. You've got the area for A. Highlight it. Keep it aside because you have to add that at the end together with B to get the total area. Okay, now B is the tricky one. Let's quickly have a look. Can you see that the base over there of that triangle would also be 6 centimeters? That has, you can take it from the bottom of that, pull it up, and that would also give you 6. All right, but the height. Remember where we said the height lies. It's always perpendicular to the base, so the height would be over there. All right, but we do not have the height. We've got the slanting side of that triangle of 5 meters on both sides. It's indicated with one stripe on each side, which means they are the same, but we do not have the height. What now? Okay, now we're going to use a concept that we taught you um, uh, probably a week ago. Okay, so that is why we're going to use that information to apply that now to get the height over there. Can you maybe think of what that is? Okay, let's quickly have a look. So if you've got that big triangle, you want to zoom in to half of it. Okay, you want to zoom into it. Why? Because you want to create a 90-degree triangle. All right, so you are going to work in half of that triangle. So when you take the base, which is 6, you're going to divide that into 2 because it's 2 equal parts on each side. So your base in that mini triangle, the smaller triangle, would be 3 centimeters. The slanting side there, the side across from the 90 degree is 5 centimeters as it has been given. And what do we call that? Any side that is opposite the 90 degree is the hypotenuse. All right, so where have you heard that name before? All right, so we are going to use what to calculate the height? Can you guess it? Yes, you can. All right, Pythagoras. We're going to use good old Pythagoras to work out the height. Can you remember how to do that? Let's have a look. Remember, you are still zoomed into half of that B's area just to get the height. Because in the formula for a triangle is base times height divided by 2. We've got the base, we don't have that height. Okay, so we're going to use Pythagoras. Always remember, it's the two sides touching the 90 degree added together squared will give you the hypotenuse squared. And please remember to put Pythagoras there at the back. Give him the credit. Show me that you know you are using Pythagoras. All right, so please, you have to put it in the back there, even if you abbreviate it or you shorten it, that's fine. Okay, so we're going to write up height squared plus 3 squared will give you 5 squared. All right, so now we want height at the end alone, but for now, height squared alone. So we're going to throw that positive 3 squared over to the other side. It's going to become a minus 3 squared. So then you can simplify the square numbers and you get height squared is 16. Okay, how do we get rid of a square? We do the inverse operation, which is a square root. Square root height squared, you will be left with h, the height, and square root 16, which gives you 4 meters. So we now know the height. Thank you, Mr. Pythagoras. We can zoom out now again to go look at the area of that B triangle. Please, you zoom in to get the height, use Pythagoras, zoom out, and let's go finish our sum. Okay, so now we know the area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2. You go and replace the 6. 6 was the base, and the height we now calculated was 4. 6 times 4 is 24 divided by 2 gives you 12 meters squared. Ta-da! We've got A, we've got B, and what do we need to do? We need to add them together to give us the total area, which is 30 meters squared. Thank you. All right, we're going to have a look at the examples now. Oh, sorry, the questions that you have to do. For all 3 of these questions, please work out the area. Okay, we're busy with the area, so only the area. If you think you've got it under control, you're welcome to end the video and just go do your work. Otherwise, if you just want to hang around a little bit where I go through each question separately, you're welcome to do so. Okay, for question 1, just to guide you a little bit, so that shape is made out of a rectangle and a triangle. The triangle, do we have the base? Yes, 3 stripes, 3 stripes, so the base is 3. The only thing we don't have is that height. But can you see it's again that 3, 4, 5 triangle? So you have to work it out, you have to show Pythagoras, but you'll get the height there is 4. So you can work out that shape's area. It's very easy, triangle plus the rectangle. Question 2, if you draw a horizontal line just above that 12.5 all the way up, there where it starts sloping up, you draw a horizontal line, and then you will see that that shape is made up out of a triangle, a right angle triangle, and a rectangle, yes. Okay, so to get the height of that little triangle on top, you're going to say 12.5 minus the 9, and that would give you that 3.5 meters there on top. So you've got the base is 12.5, you've got the height, you didn't even have to use Pythagoras, and you can work out the area there. Then lastly, for question 3 as well, you've got a triangle and 2 rectangles. That triangle over there, the base is 3, the height is 4.8. Do I need to use Pythagoras? No. You might have if you had to work out the perimeter, but now we're just working out the area. So you can work out the triangle, you work out the 2 rectangles, and you add them together. Please go put some effort into this. Try your best. There's nothing better than getting the memo and just say, question 1, final answer, cha-ching. Question 2, final answer, cha-ching. Got it right without you having to go and figure out where you made your mistakes. So please go put a lot of effort into this, do it well, and have a wonderful day. Cheers, eh?